Hello, butterflies. Hello, butterflies, and welcome to Butterfly Tea Time Tuesday. I hope you have your coffee and your tea ready. Today, we're going to be talking about self-esteem and accepting yourself while accepting all the changes going through lupus. This week is actually Shantae's special, and this is something near and dear to her heart that she advocates as far as mental health and finding yourself during lupus. Hello, Shantae. Hello, Delibra.
Hey, guys.
Hey, everybody. What's going on, y'all?
We're ready to dive in, girl.
I know. How was y'all Thanksgiving?
Wonderful. I had a campfire.
You had a campfire.
I had a campfire.
It was beautiful, Fee.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite like country vibes from where I'm from, like the Chicago area. And it was nice to have a friend that would do a campfire for me. I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
that's cool.
I know you took some pictures.
I did. They're on Facebook. I shared them. It was a beautiful night. Like it was a full moon, November moon, family. Pretty amazing.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Y'all glowing today, honey. Y'all glowing.
We ready to get into this topic.
Yeah. Tell us about like why this is so near and dear to your heart.
Well, overcoming confidence and stuff when you got lupus, it changes you. Lupus changes you mentally, it changes you physically, and you end up being a totally different person than you were when you first got diagnosed. Like, I feel like I am unrecognizable to the person that I was before I had lupus. And I was so comfortable and okay and loving who that person was that I had to really find a way back to that person just in a new reframed mind. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's always hard. I don't know if you go through this, Libra, but lupus, it makes you change so much. Even though people think it's a good thing that I lost 150 pounds, I still think like the girl I was that had the self-esteem and the confidence issues. You know what I mean?
I completely understand. And it's a conversation that I've actually had with my aunt, because she's like, I don't see what you see. And I was like, that was my light bulb moment, because I was like, I don't feel like me. Yeah. And I was trying to explain to her the difference versus what the world sees and how I feel internally. And she was like, I don't really see that. You're a beautiful person on the inside. You're a beautiful person on the outside. And it was just like having to make the adjustment to what I looked like physically when I was in the hospital. I fully understand. I woke up not recognizing myself. I mean, my body wasn't functioning. I mean, I was used to getting up and going. I mean, being a single mom, doing what I needed to do and just, living life basically. And so then you get to the point where your body's not cooperating and you wake up looking like someone totally different. So,
right. And I think that like you experiencing all these changes and seeing all the little differences and knowing the way that you feel kind of changes the way that you think about how well you have it together anymore. And that changes what you see, because Shantae, when you told me that like really surprised me, just because that is what I see. I see a woman that lost, like, how much did you lose? 150 pounds? You couldn't have lost 50. That's the whole person. Did you?
No, I did, for real. I was 311.
Wow.
I wish we had some pictures. I'm gonna put some pictures up.
Yeah.
I'll go check out the pictures, but I'm gonna put some pictures up after the show.
How did you do that? Just not to go off topic, but first of all, like, how did you lose an entire person? I'm really curious.
Well, it started out me just being sick. I got a real bad E. coli infection. I ended up in the hospital for like a week. I couldn't eat anything. Anything I drunk or ate just came right up. I couldn't do anything internal. So
Oh, so this wasn't like a chosen weight loss for you.
No.
No.
I was a plus size model, Fee.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, what you just said, that point right there, because I was not really ever just really heavy ever in life, but I also did a similar thing, and I lost a lot of weight, and it was significant for me because I didn't have 30, 40 pounds to lose.
Yeah.
So I went from being, I guess what society would say is regular size to almost like a 0 or a 2. And so I struggle on the opposite end. I'm looking at this body like I look sick now. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like you can kind of camouflage if you're within normal weight. Okay, if you're a thick girl, okay, you're a thick girl. Cool, that's cool. You're just a thick girl. But if you start getting too little, it's like, oh no, you are a sick girl. You're not thick, you're sick. It's something wrong and we can all see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was me in the hospital waking up, and I'm like, it was horrible. I mean, that was a horrible experience because you wake up, like you said, I did the same exactly, basically. So your body's doing that, and you wake up and you have a body you don't even recognize at all.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror and just cry.
Yeah.
Just bawl because your face is so swollen and filled out. It looked like somebody been beating you up. Like I used to be so swollen that people used to think my husband was beating me.
Wow.
Like my job did not believe me when I told them I needed to take off to get some testing done for lupus.
Wow.
Well, like they didn't even believe me. They thought that he was hitting on me and I was just trying to stay home and not be seen.
And I'm glad you said that because I don't feel so alone. My first hospital, when I actually got admitted in the hospital, that's what happened to my face. My eyes swelled up and it looked like I had physically been beaten. Wow. And my face, it looked horrible. In fact, ironic, my ex, we're not even friends anymore or anything. He came to the hospital and he was like, "What guy did this to you? I'm gonna kill him for you because you don't even deserve that." I was like, "Didn't no guy do this to me?" And he legit did not believe that it was something in my body. And wow. We didn't know what it was. We didn't know what lupus was or anything. I had no diagnosis. But that's one of the first things that happened. It looked like I had physically been attacked.
Yeah.
And I will say that I've gained too much weight and I've lost too much weight before. And I will say that when I lost too much weight, I felt more upset than when I gained weight. I do agree with the fact that when you gain the weight, there's ways that you can kind of cover it, and you can wear like a longer, looser shirt, and you can kind of like wear jewelry and distract and do all these things. But when you feel like your shoulders are sticking out, you feel like you're losing your like womanliness, like you can't really like hide that in clothes. That's not really I tried because I had a dramatic weight loss that I didn't want as well. And like I felt like a tennis player. Like I didn't feel like I could wear like tank tops anymore. Like I felt like my bones were sticking out here. Like I felt like I lost my boobs, my butt, my hips. I couldn't.
Yeah.
And there was just no hiding it. Like there was just
yeah.
Or anything.
And buying clothes, and that's one of the things that I do. Like what we were talking about with fashion, that's one of my passions too, because buying clothes is when you're in between all these different random things, it's horrible. I mean, you're going from like a size 8 to like a 2 or a 0 looking for clothes. It's children clothes and you're still a grown woman, but you're like, what am I supposed to wear?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I still have a problem knowing my weight or knowing my size.
Yeah. Well, sizes vary so much depending on where you get them. Like, do any of us really know our sizes? Like, it's going to be different at most stores. You go to a place like Ross or something, you have a whole row of size 6, 7, 8 or whatever. And they're all different sizes from each other because they're coming
Yeah.
from different places, different manufacturers. So that's interesting too.
Okay, well, you making me feel a little better then.
But you know what? But what's bad though, and this is the truth, and I found this out the other way. When you like, if you buy something pricier, they lie to you and tell you that the size is smaller than it is because we feel comfortable buying a smaller size, but that size is not actually that size.
Wait, so I'm not a
Wow.
size 6?
I mean, I'm so serious. If you, I mean, this is the truth.
I was like excited.
They have like really high end stores. A lot of those sizes, they're not. Because how? I mean,
Don't say that.
That's
I
smart.
heard a whole bunch of people
That's
feeling
smart.
right now.
That was love.
But
Yeah,
it's true though. If you think about it, if you
They're
go
tricky.
to another store and you're wearing an 8, and then you go into this high end store, and then it's like, oh, okay, you can wear a 4 or 6. Now you have not lost any weight. What makes that size that much different?
Look, be like,
I was like,
I'm gonna fall.
I was excited.
I'm just being
Let
honest.
us have our 4s and our 6s.
I mean, I've been there. It's like, okay, so I feel really good, and then it's like, but you
Yeah,
put
but
on your
how
other
much-
clothes, you got an 8 or a 10. It's like, there's no way.
So how much smarter is that way of selling things by making women feel like they're in a smaller size rather than the lighting that they created where you get into the bathroom mirror and you go to try an outfit on and you're like, I don't ever even want to leave the house, let alone try to rock this outfit right now. Like the lighting that they use, they do this in the cosmetic department as well. Like you go into and use, you know, like when you go into one of those like magnification mirrors and you can see every pore and you're like, oh my God, like my eyebrows, you can just see everything. You're like, I have 60 lines, pores, everything. And then they do the lighting. So the whole entire beauty department is all those mirrors going in a row, right? Next to all the pictures of beautiful, flawless women. And then they do this lighting, man created, in my opinion, just to get the money. And nobody can look good in this lighting. And in fact, you overdo the makeup in this lighting because that's what you have to do to look okay in the mirrors in the store with the lighting. And then you walk out and you look like
a clown.
You don't need that many layers. It's a gimmick. Don't get me started. So anyways,
yeah.
How did you kind of flip your low self-esteem and like these things that you were going through?
I got into affirmations real big. I got into affirmations. I started listening to motivational speakers that were kind of in line with some things I wanted to believe about myself, like Lisa Nichols, Eric Thomas, you know.
So surrounding yourself
with
words, surrounding yourself with positivity, positive words into your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul, and just even if you're falling,
you're speaking life to yourself instead of, you know, embracing those negative patterns that you have in your thought process. You know, we're so quick to pick up on the negative when the good is just as bold, you know, it's just right there in our face, you know, but we would rather leave more into the negative. So we just be more mindful and aware, you know, that both are available to us.
So I absolutely believe that, and I show that to myself and prove that to myself all the time. Like, okay, when you see this tattoo right here, what are you drawn to? Do you like the light or do you like the dark? Because they're running parallel right now. So like, which one does your eye pull to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Light recedes and dark goes. Even when we talk about contouring with makeup, light recedes and dark recedes. Recedes and recedes. But anyways, it's always running parallel together. So it's just the way 4 things may have happened and 2 of them were good and 2 of them were bad. And that's the way that it will always be. It's just about what you're reminding yourself that just occurred. And then later on, you're like, you know what? That was like a really amazing experience, but you saw the wrong thing in the moment. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I think you said I think what you said is very profound, because in life we do have experiences that we didn't anticipate happening, but even in that we could still pull a positive out of it. Because even with lupus, people like, you're so strong. It's like, okay, well, I didn't realize it was this strong. I didn't realize I really had a choice, but I made a choice because I'm not going to die at 29. So, I mean, I'm going to live. So I'm going
Yeah.
to have to put my boxing gloves on
Yeah.
and fight whatever I
Yeah.
got to do.
Yeah. I'm strong because I got to be.
Yeah.
So share with me, you guys, like a tip that you do to flip your negative self-talk. Do you have like a daily thing that you kind of do?
Which one of us or both of us?
All of
You
us.
go, lady. I'm thinking.
So
For me,
I'll say for me right now.
okay.
So the way that I flip my negative self-talk is that a lot of times I don't realize how many bad things I say to myself in a day. And I know that we have said before on the show that a lot of things that we carry with us that are negative and in our head that are programmed are actually something someone else has felt or thought about us or experienced while we've been here on this world. And for me, I have to really, if I hear myself saying something bad to myself, like I'll give you a perfect for instance, like I was telling myself like I didn't like my hair right now. I was just having like one of those mornings and I was just kind of in a stuck place and I was like, kind of slouching around and how do I start this day kind of an energy. And I had an amazing day the day before. Like I went and did the kids youth group, like we're trying to do the toy drive, like they all ran up to me and they were dressed as Cindy Lou and I was having this great day last night. I woke up and there was just like a cloud over me and I couldn't explain it. And I started saying things to myself and now I've become more self-aware to where I was like, wait, why am I saying that to myself? And for me, I felt like it was because I had a lot of energy pent up because it was time for me to not sit there and really, it wasn't a time for me to sit there and reflect and think. It was a time for me to go. So I had all that go energy and the day before me ended up being beautiful. I brought like little samples to the girls at some of the Altas and went and said hello. And, it's Christmas time and people are shopping and I did like a makeup video and I met a client that really needed my help with like some skincare and like something she had going on with like a birthmark. And my day was such a good day. But in that moment, I was deciding to like reflect and it wasn't my time to reflect. And so I was just feeling crappy about myself because I was stifling my energy down, if that makes sense, by sitting around. But once I got going with it, I was like, this isn't the time to think about things. I felt great and I was able to make other women feel beautiful and then I felt beautiful.
I love that.
I love that too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think service.
I think for me, what I do daily is I remind myself that I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me.
Yeah.
And I have like a mini video of in my mind visually of I think about things that I've overcame or things that I've gone through. And it's like my motivator, like you didn't anticipate none of the things that's ever happened in your life happening. Some of the worst things could have happened, but you still survived those things and you're still living, you're still breathing. So that means that God has more for you to do. So you can do what you're equipped to do. So do what you can do in this moment and take the steps that you need to take. You may not solve all the problems in a day, but you just start on the steps, start moving.
Yeah.
And you'll get done what needs to be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Just take it one day at a time and do what you can do.
Yeah.
Because you can do something because you woke up that morning and there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, for me, I practice a lot of gratitude.
You do.
I journal a lot and I make that something that I do for myself, my own sanity. It helps me stay grounded and it keeps me in the right frame of mind, keeps things in perspectives. It reminds me of how open and connected I am. I always go into this prayer when I'm journaling that I ask God to release anything from me or any person, any experience, anything that's attached to me that doesn't add value to my life.
Absolutely.
And then I also flip that and ask that God help me to do the things and say the things to attract all the things that I need, all the resources that I need, financial or otherwise, to be able to do what God has purposed me to do, transform lives and stuff. So I try to pray that prayer every day and I try to journal and write my pain out. That's how I get it out. I write it out, so I that's how I flip my negative self-talk.
Wow, Shantae, I can't wait till you come out to Las Vegas because I go to this live poetry night every single Wednesday down at the Mixer Lounge, and it's all these amazing artists that just their art has yet to be discovered, whether they are authors or they are singers or rappers or, you know, poets, and just the vibe there and the artistry from all these different things that came within. And remember when Trelise was on our show and she was like, once you write them down, they're no longer yours.
She did say that.
Remember that?
She said that.
Yeah.
Cool.
She
Yeah.
said that.
Yes.
That inspired me in my own writing too. I meant to tell her that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So when you guys come to Vegas, we're going to go live and we're going to go to poetry night. I've been trying to share it.
Oh,
all
yeah.
these undiscovered artists, poets, and like how many times have like people in history died, but their words are still here with us. Everything that they went through is still
Yes.
here to guide us like a North Star. Words are powerful.
Mm.
Things out, and we are going to be launching like a lupus glitter journal for a food diary, and then also for journaling your feelings next year spring.
Okay. Love it.
Yes.
I'm excited about it, y'all.
So as far as like self-esteem, I think it really is important to not compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
Because if you look at all of the butterflies in the entire world, every single one of them is slightly different. No two are alike, but have you ever seen an ugly butterfly? Have you ever seen an ugly one?
Never. Majestic. That's
Yeah.
the only word. Yeah.
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 So we hope that you guys are really taking care of yourself this holiday season. It can be a super stressful time, and we just want you guys to realize that each and every one of you butterflies are beautiful in your own way, no matter what your journey is, no matter what star in the constellation you are. You are worthy, and you're worth it, and you're worth doing the work. You're your own best investment. So invest in yourself this season. Take those moments, take that time for some self-care and to write things out if something's bothering you.
We need to talk about this, comparing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a point I wanted to bring about because I have a bad tendency to compare my current me with the old me.
Oh.
So back to what, so, you know, of course, when you hear compare, you think about comparing yourself to others.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, that goes without saying. But a lot of times with lupus, we go up and down, in and out of weight loss, weight gain, puffiness, you know, from, like you said, showing bones and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and me, I deal with that saggage, you know, from that dramatic weight loss. So I still got to work hard to keep myself toned and fit, you know, despite what my body feel like that day, you know. So comparing yourself to the old you, it limits who you can become.
Very true.
So we just got to learn to release whoever she was, whoever he was, and lean into who we are trying to become and who we are now.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And that's what you said. That resonated when I first saw, we talked about this, and I saw what we were talking about today. Definitely can relate to comparing yourself to the old you, because who wouldn't? Because you go from, and this is the thing about it, and I find with a lot of people who have been diagnosed with lupus or autoimmune disease, you were not always sick. So it's a natural response to compare yourself to what you were previously. And now you have to take in consideration, well, although sometimes people see, you know, they see this and it's like, well, you look the same now. You know, you built like you was before. They don't understand you. I mean, even though you may physically look like what they deem as normal or back to the old you, lupus has not disappeared from your body.
No,
You
no.
know, you still have to deal with lupus life, and that is the doctors and the medicines and finding ways to accept where you are in that moment and
Mm-hmm.
still being okay with telling people that perhaps you cannot go somewhere because you're not feeling well.
Yeah.
And so that's placing priority on how you are in accepting this new life, which you were
Yeah.
dealing with lupus or any other autoimmune disease. And so,
Setting boundaries.
Absolutely. There is a
Mhm.
lot of things that you experience, and that can definitely mess with your mind a little bit, your self-esteem. Well, how often do we look? I mean, if you really think about us as women, how often do we like look at a picture and we're like, oh, I loved my hair back then? Libra, you were even doing it like a couple
Yeah.
weeks. You were like,
Yeah.
you guys remember my hair like this? Like, should I go short? Should I go long?
yeah, you know what, for me, that's one of my outlets, because when I was first diagnosed with lupus, I went in with a lot of hair. And I also left the hospital with basically no hair.
Mm.
So it was traumatic for me because I was forced to get the haircut. I didn't want that
Yeah.
haircut. So in the last couple
Oh.
of years, I actually cut my hair the shortest it's ever been on my own. And that was
Mm.
a liberating moment for me because I had the
Yes.
option.
I
Unlike
can
when
speak to that.
I went in with really thick I went in with really thick hair, and then my hair was gone, and it was like I had bald patches, and I was just like, I didn't going back to not being able to recognize yourself. I didn't recognize me, and it was just like I
Yeah.
hated it. I
Yeah.
can't even lie. I did not like it. And my
Well, how
auntie
many
was like,
times do we look at a picture and we're just like, I loved my hair in this picture. I loved my outfit. I loved. But then if you really think about how you felt in that moment and be real with yourself in that picture, did you really feel your best? Did you really feel like as gorgeous as you're saying you were now? So it's like we
Mm.
just need to accept where we are now, because you're going to look at this picture someday and be like, remember when I looked like this? And it might be
Yeah.
when you're older.
Yeah.
We are on
yeah,
a perpetual journey of like trying to capture our best self, and
Yeah.
we're just like, it's hard to capture and keep
Yeah.
forever. We
yeah,
change.
That's true. That's
yeah. I
true.
think it's more like the emotions that we feel, because there are some pictures that I have from my initial lupus journey. I was like, throw away those fat pictures. Do not ever throw them away. And so my auntie was like, you wasn't fat. And I was like,
But I
Okay.
mean,
it's a
Still
matter of
being
opinion.
fine.
yeah, and you know what? My mom would do this with me. I would be like, I don't want that picture. Like I had all these pictures when my kids were little, and I was just like, oh, I don't want that picture right now. It's horrible. But now that my kids are grown, I look at that picture and I'm like, you know what? I was so damn happy in that picture. Like I don't even care. Why would I not want that
Mm.
picture?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's funny, yeah, because there
That
are
was
some,
me.
yeah, totally agree. I totally
That's what
been there,
matters.
because it's been some that I wanted to throw away, and now I share them on Facebook. I was like, it's a part of my journey.
Yeah.
I'm alive. I survived it.
Yeah.
My kidneys were
Exactly.
shutting down. I had 40 pounds
Yeah.
of fat.
It's
Yeah.
all a part of your
And
butterfly
fluid.
transformation, okay? Life transforms you in different ways, and you become who
Yeah,
you are, and you just need to love who you are today.
Exactly.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do things that validate ourselves and trust
absolutely.
ourselves, help us to trust
Yeah.
ourselves and stuff.
And those are the things that make us even more beautiful. We're human. We experience life. Oh, I love that. I
Here's
love
the
I
that
know,
picture.
I love
butterfly.
it
That is
too.
pretty.
Is this butterfly perfect, or are there like little things missing out of it and differences, and like
Uh-huh.
every one of us is so different, and you just gotta love who you are. Eventually, it's such a journey, and I'm not there at all. I struggle with my self-esteem all the time and how I feel about myself. I struggle with it every morning when things don't turn out the way I envisioned, but at the end of the day, I make other women feel beautiful, and I think that that's beautiful. So whatever you are connecting with in the planet, like, you are beautiful in your own way, and you're bringing beauty to the world.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I
And
totally.
that's the message. Yeah. That's the message.
So you guys, we're going to be giving away a prize today. One special viewer is going to be getting a full-size butterfly nectar, which was
I need to order mine.
gosh, for self-care, for the itchiness, the burniness, and the scarring. And all you have to do is comment below Butterfly Nectar and a number, and you will be picked, and you will be getting that this week. So we're excited to give that to you guys.
Yay.
Yay, I love it. Yes.
Good job.
So we have a lot of
mine for real though.
We have a lot of things upcoming on the show for you guys this season, and Shantae has been a busy bee, coming up with all kinds of ideas for like the holiday season, just to be your best girlfriend and get you through. Shantae, tell us some of the upcoming things we're going to be doing in Lupus Glitter this season.
First of all, we're going to be talking about how to manage stress during the holiday season.
Yes.
Christmas is around the corner. And if anybody else knows,
you cook a lot.
And stress do not mix. Yeah, I don't know how much cooking I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna have to share
the responsibility.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I think that's a big one. We're gonna have a designer on to talk about how to basically style yourself when you have the ups and downs and weight loss and weight gaining and stuff with lupus. So she's going to give us some styling tips and personal shopping tips. We have a pediatrician nurse coming on, teaching us about self-improvement and living your best self and your best life with lupus. So we got some good shows. We got some good shows lined up. Got to share.
You know which one I am the most looking forward to? I am the most looking forward to the one about dressing yourself for your current body size. And I'm the most excited about the anti-inflammatory chef because I'm
Chef Duke.
Super excited about that one.
Yes. She is too.
What about you, Libra? What are you the most excited about this fall season in Lupus Glitter and all the things that we're working on?
I think I'm excited about the two that you're excited about. And I'm mostly the most excited about is finding ways to manage lupus. So anything that we can do or eat, I'm all about hearing all about it. So I'm super excited.
I'm excited about having Chef Duke on. I'm excited about having, I forgot when we having the life coach on. I'm excited about having her on. But I'm excited for everybody.
Everything,
I'm excited for everything we got coming up.
So we're going to be here with you guys throughout these stressful holidays, really, really reminding you to take care of yourself and to enrich yourself and, just fly free. Until next time, butterflies.
Baby. I've been waiting for so long, girl, to be with you alone, girl, yeah. Move your back against the wall, girl. Don't be afraid, won't let you fall, girl, no.